Oh, yeah. A little hump day sizzle with Bill Hammer in the house. Oh, cheap, baby. Number overtime. Woo.
Yeah.
Let's mix it up.
How we do it.
Pasta.
Oh, come on now. Oh,
Have you
I was
downloaded?
with
you and me. I mean, she got
Harris.
started. The other ones who took the bait.
Have you downloaded the new operating software?
Yes, it took 25
I heard
minutes.
don't do it.
That's not bad.
Mine
do it
won't,
overnight.
my phone is being all buggy. It won't accept it.
Oh, my
I heard that's
uncle
a good
said that
thing.
too.
I think it's
really
fantastic.
You do?
It takes 3 days to. I know a lot of haters are out there, but it takes 3 days to adjust to the new system.
My
think
daughter
so,
loves
too.
the fact that you can draw hearts.
It's
Oh, my God.
very cool.
I know. I'm kind of partial to.
But my question then is,
Oh, my
after
God.
seeing that, is how much more does Apple have in its quiver?
Oh, just you wait.
Well, I'll tell you one
Right?
thing
I mean,
they do that I don't like.
They probably had this
cordless
stuff.
headphones.
Yeah, I
didn't
like
download
it
them,
because
so.
for those of us who spend our lives in the public eye and or have children who are on those devices, that's a lot of information in the ether that I don't necessarily want. It's like a big location device.
What is?
What?
Every time you're
What are you talking
using that Bluetooth, now you can't have a jack on the i7.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So you're just clouding it through life.
You can,
No,
you can
I
get
get
an
it.
external dongle
too
that
much.
goes.
Oh, you
into
can?
Well, there are two things. One, you can get
Can you
headphones
see it?
with a lightning jack, or you can get the special lightning dongle where normal headphones will plug in.
Okay.
And now you know.
All right.
more you
But I
know.
mean, how do you protect yourself from
You know, I was
all
at the
your
Apple
business
store.
being-
You move to that part of Pennsylvania where there is a giant radio telescope and no Wi-Fi within 25
You're
miles.
funny.
And then you
And voila.
Well, like a hobbit.
I'm sure somebody's going to let me know that there's some like software or something. I don't know.
So I was at the Apple store last night, and I asked
know.
to see those wireless.
You know, you can get your screen
earbuds.
fixed.
They
different
did.
place.
Took
Not
4
necessarily
minutes.
at the Apple Store. Much faster.
But what I want to
About
tell you is
45
that
minutes.
I wanted to see, noted, I wanted to see the new earbuds, and they don't have them in stock yet. What's up with that?
I don't even know. People keep losing them.
All right,
I can't
so
even use my
Peace.
earrings. I'm going to lose
You know what? I bet they
these.
got them today because there were a bunch of adorable basement dwellers lined up outside the Mac store as I was walking
Hashtag
to the subway
Adorable.
station.
Not Duplo.
so
Adorable.
Basket of
Phil
adorables,
wants
I
to
call
know
them.
when we're bringing the show to Texas.
Next week,
now.
We'll have
Will
a
you wanna go to
conversation about that.
Yes, is there a debate there?
My parents would love that.
Also, we're hearing from Natalia. She can't wait till Chris Wallace moderates the last debate, the
Gonna
last
be the best
presidential
one.
debate.
He would never lose control. I'm telling you, if Wallace were on the docket, he never would have lost control of that debate.
And Louise Camp says, great show today. Diane loves the show. Thanks for the shout
Hey,
out.
Diane.
Yeah.
Good to hear from
You
all
know,
of you.
these debates,
That's Facebook.
these debates in person are very different than they are on television. Mm-hmm. Very.
Did you and Martha have a code if a candidate went rogue or?
No, it's called an earpiece to the truck. And they're like, let's pull questions.
Oh, if they did?
Yeah.
Well, part of the reason why I think the primary season was not what we're seeing right now is because you had an audio signal that didn't just tell the people involved, but they told the audience too. So everybody knew when you were running through the wall and you weren't supposed to. Now, like last.
Give me an example of
Well,
going
like
off the rails.
Keanu last night was trying to get in there. I understand where she was coming from, but those guys were not having it. Sure. And Holt was doing the same thing, and I think Lester got 40 minutes into that debate last week and was like, "Forget it. Okay, I'm going to get to these topics, come hell or high water." And sometimes the camera doesn't pick up all this interaction, and I just it's a very different experience in person.
Yeah. I would say this though. I think that it's easy to let the moment get bigger than you, and I felt like, and I mean this with all my heart. I've never met this person who moderated last night. I don't know her. Don't know anything about her past.
It's not personal.
It really isn't. I mean, I just felt like the moment got bigger.
She was
And she
swallowed
didn't
up by it. You're
step
absolutely right.
into the fold and say, look, it's not about you two, it's about the American public. And if they can't hear you, you aren't helping yourselves as they go to the polls, and you're not helping the candidates on the top of the ticket. Let's go forward.
She got a little too quiet at the end of the debate, and she was begging, and she was using a very quiet voice where she had to be assertive if she wanted
Mom
to get
bosses don't
control.
beg.
No.
Here's the thing that I know about Elaine as a reporter. She's primarily a reporter. She's primarily a correspondent. She does anchor for the digital side over there at CBS News.
Very talented journalist.
Very talented.
Again, this is not personal. I don't know anything about her other than what you just said.
But to your point, though, Harris, I think this was completely out of her wheelhouse. I remember when the moderators were first announced.
Yeah.
I got
Who
a lot of
picked her?
people
The Commission on Presidential Debates?
That's correct. And everybody was like, Elaine, first, who is this woman? People that were familiar, like, why Elaine? I said, I think because she was so unknown, had such little stigma, if you will, and presumptions around her. I thought that would be a good thing in that sense. But unfortunately, like Bill said, I think,
She's a Filipino-American, right?
Yes.
The first Asian-American to do that.
To ever do that.
Fantastic.
Yes.
She also works for the digital network for CBS.
She's also from Chicago.
The first digital anchor to do a debate.
Correct.
And that's actually true. That's a good point.
What CBS is trying to do, if you read, this deal with Viacom, is like a lot of their revenue stream right now has come through digital subscriptions.
Yep.
And they've been figuring out how to bring in more revenue streams. And I think that's part of the reason why.
And that's great.
Perhaps that, CBS as a company would have shined more light on it. But look, I thought she did fine. I think it's a tough job. I think it's okay to get there and say, okay, guys, nobody can hear you when we talk over each other. But this was our golden rule when we were prepping for all these debates. And Smitty, you can tell me what your experience was. Our whole idea was ask the question and get out of the way. Ask the question.
And a follow-up when necessary.
A part of the story. Harris, I understand your point there about, hey,
just to keep them from talking over each other.
Yeah, I get it, but I think that may have been a step too far.
And maybe you let them hang themselves in that moment. I don't know. Like if you want to be
this point is very well taken because you, as a viewer, are deciding whether or not you like that person, whether or not you think that person's being a jerk.
Well, would this have been a better debate without a moderator? If Tim Kaine and Mike Pence were just at a table by themselves, and went at it, would that have been a better debate?
I think with these two, that would have been a disaster. I think certain two candidates, Kennedy, I like that idea when they can self-police, so to speak. I think with these two, I don't think that would have been successful.
I just thought that the interruptions, there were moments when the mics were overmodulated, you couldn't hear anything, and these were long moments. These were not just a few seconds here. And it was 70 times for one person interrupting. I mean, it was it was a lot.
He couldn't control himself.
I'll tell you why I think he did that. I think that he had this attitude, Tim Kaine, of not wanting to leave anything on the table. So every single time Pence said, like, one thing, it's like, got to go there, got to go there, got to go there.
Make a note. And they can take notes during the debate. They can't bring notes, but they can actually jot things down.
It's so funny.
Do a rebuttal. Do a real rebuttal.
Remember,
you know what Florida Barry is bringing up on the online chat, Bill?
What's up?
Yes.
There's no alcohol served in the debate hall. Well, at one primary debate there was.
Where?
The very first one, the Fox News debate.
They're serving beer in Cleveland.
The first Fox News.
Really?
Cleveland, yes.
At the Q?
Do you remember? No. You're talking about where was the first Fox News primary debate?
It was in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yes, Cleveland.
On August 6th of last year.
So you didn't have an audience in the undercard, and then the audience came in, and they had alcohol served.
You sure about that?
Really?
I am positive because of...
Did that make it? Uh-oh.
Well, because I know it was a conscious decision not to have it at any others.
All right. Yeah. I don't recall that, but no.
But they stopped serving.
Did it make it more?
I wouldn't expect that you were hanging out at the concession stands.
Well,
Bill.
I mean, you know me.
But I'm sure it's very public. You can probably
Bill,
look back
I have a question for you. Who do you think's
But
going to
it is an interesting point.
I think the Mets are. I saw them play in May, and I thought they had a really good team, and they're loaded with just great athletes, and I was like, wow, this team is going far.
Have you not seen the San Francisco Giants play?
Totally, and I've seen the way the Mets have, they've stumbled a lot this year.
Have you not heard the name Madison Bumgarner?
I still think that overall, as a team, I'm sticking with the team that I thought would go far early on.
Wow.
I think that you've been huffing the
my Reds went to San Francisco a couple years ago. They went up 2-0, and they came home and lost 3 in a row.
Wow.
They've been downhill ever since.
No, 2 years ago.
You need to work for ESPN.
I remember, and I have no pity
in
you.
even years.
Do you play fantasy football?
No, I don't, but I do.
Even years.
Do you have a fantasy team here?
They win.
Not this year. I'm not playing.
Oh my God, I did it 1 year. It was so time consuming. I could never do it again.
Big time.
Oh.
So
Emily
annoying.
Trex says, everyone just take a moment and say a quick prayer for all those getting ready to greet the storm.
Amen. And those who have already been evacuated.
Hurricane Matthew.
And hope that when they return, they've got homes.
Well, but she did say prayer, so we will make this biblical.
Yes. Cheers from Out Yonder 0777.
This time tomorrow, we're going to know
moderator
a lot about
should
that
be
storm.
like a referee in a fight. Separate them only when it's confusing. Just me. Interesting.
See, Lester Holt got a bad rap, and I do think that he went after.
Oh, there we go. See, we're getting a rap.
And it wasn't equal.
Yeah, I'm just reading all
I like
these.
the way
There's
he
a lot.
leaned back.
We had
50 million watched last night.
9,100 were signed on to our live chat. So for them,
very fun.
Plus, we appreciate
Thank you for joining us.
Love you,
Absolutely.
Mr. Hemmer.
All right,
Well,
thanks,
we love
Phil.
you.
Love. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye. Don't hurt him.